Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome all of you.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam.
Today we
Walaikum
will
assalam
have
warahmatullahi.
introductory session on PMP. That what is PMP, how you can do PMP, exam, prerequisites. So take benefit from this session, and whatever questions you have related to this certification, feel free to ask, inshallah. My introduction, my name is Abu Bakr Ehsan. I have done bachelor's in computer science, master's in information technology. I am PMP certified, which is project management professional. I am RMP certified, which is risk management professional. Agile certified practitioner, ACP, which mainly belongs to IT industry. Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt certified. These are related to quality management or quality field or business processes or perfection rate. I have more than 23 years of working and project management experience. Currently, I am working as a consultant with Deloitte Saudi Arabia. I have already conducted more than 200 PMP workshops with more than 12,000 engineers and managers just like you. This is my contact information, my email address, and my WhatsApp number. This is going to be the schedule of the full course, inshallah. It will be 8 lectures, 5:30 to 10 p.m. And inshallah, it will be a good learning opportunity and good networking opportunity also. Inshallah, more than 50 professionals already they have registered, and many more are in the queue to register. So it will be a good professionals group and good learning opportunity and good networking opportunity, inshallah. Some of my online and offline sessions I conducted in recent years. This was in Zoom. This is for Nokia Saudi Arabia, one of my favorite companies and my biggest clients in Saudi Arabia. This is their Riyadh head office. This was my personal training center in Riyadh before COVID, but after COVID we closed these centers and we shifted to online sessions only. This was conducted for National Petroleum Yambo in Yambo, of course. This is KFU PM King Fahd Causeway Authority. No, sorry, not KFU PM, it is KFCA, King Fahd Causeway Authority, the bridge between Khobar and Bahrain. This was conducted for them. This was for KFU PM, King Fahd University of Petroleum and Mineral Sciences. This is STC Riyadh. This is Khobar, my open course. So now I will explain to you what are the prerequisites of PMP, how you can do PMP. So very easy. The prerequisites, understanding the prerequisites. Of course, the certification is not very easy, but inshallah it is doable. So you can become PMP if, number one, you have enough experience. How much experience is enough? If you have a 4 years degree, then you need minimum 3 years of projects related experience. If you are a diploma holder or anything below 3 years or 4 years degree, sometimes you have 3 years graduation. So in that case, you still can apply for the exam, but your certification requirement will become, experience requirement will become 5 years instead of 3 years. Any question in your mind about the experience requirement, please feel free to ask and get it clarified, inshallah. Yes, please go ahead. Yes,
Hello,
anyone?
sir.
Yes,
Assalamu
please.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam
I'm
wa
Waliullah
rahmatullah.
Sharif from Saudi Arabia, from Jeddah.
Yes, please.
I'm just past working from 25 years in Saudi Arabia.
MashaAllah. Yes.
Basically, I'm a civil engineer.
Yeah.
I'm working in the same company since I come from India. It's same company I'm working.
Right.
Now it is not the same, so I want to switch over. This is the reason which I spoke to you earlier for this one.
Right.
So I have around 25 years experience, plus I am a BE Civil, Bachelor's of Engineering.
Right.
So at the time of examination, the degree, everything should be attested, something like this.
This thing I will explain.
Okay,
This thing I'm just coming to step by step. On the next
Okay.
coming slides, I will explain what do you need to attest or what you need to provide. Right
Okay.
now, as you mentioned, you have 25 years of experience. That means you are qualified enough
qualified. Okay.
to apply for this exam. Anyone else having any question, please go ahead. Okay, just let me explain a little more. Let's say Waliullah, he mentioned he has 25 years of experience. So 25 years of experience, right now we are in 2024. So that means roughly you started working in 1999, right? So now in the application, and note it down, where you need to apply, remember the trainer will not apply on your behalf. This is a very common question. The trainer will only give you guidance. How you will apply for the exam? You need to do it directly without the involvement of the trainer. You do not need to give the fees of exam to the trainer. You directly need to pay it to the governing body. The governing body is PMI. This is their website address, www.pmi.org. Full form of PMI is Project Management Institute. So on this website, you will apply for the exam. You will make your account, give the profile information, and you will enter the experience details. So let's say Mr. Waliullah, with 25 years of experience, he is applying for the exam and assuming he is having 4 years degree. So his requirement is 3 years. His experience is 25 years. So remember, for everyone, you do not need to enter all 25 years of experience. You only need to enter either 3 years or 5 years. That's it. Even if you have 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40 years, whatever number of years of experience you have, you do not need to enter all 100% experience details. No, only 3 years. Now, which 3 years? 3 years of your choice. But there is a restriction here. It must be within last 8 years. So if we take example of Waliullah Sharif, he has started working in 1999. If he enters his experience of 2004 to 2007, for example, it will not be accepted. If he enters his experience from 2010 to 2012, it will not be accepted. Only within last 8 years. So last 8 years means from the time of applying for the exam. Let's say you are applying for the exam in July 2024, for example. So you have to subtract 8 years. So from July 2016 to July 2024, this is the only number of years you are allowed to enter in your application. So within these 8 years, it could be continuous 3 years, or with the gaps also. It could be single company, it could be multiple companies, it could be a single project, it could be multiple projects. It could be with gaps, it could be in one country, in multiple countries. There is no restriction on that. Is there any question or confusion on this point? Please go ahead.
No, it's clear.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam rahmatullah barakatuh.
Yeah, this is Mehboob Khan from Saudi Arab.
Yes, please.
Actually, yeah, do we have to furnish any experience certificate
Yeah,
along with
I
this?
will explain it on next coming slides just in few minutes, inshallah. So yes, you will have to, but not 100% selected. Randomly audit is there, but I will explain it in detail in few minutes, inshallah. Any other question so far? Okay, so for example, you can enter your experience one project from 2018 let's say July 2018 to 2019 December. So it becomes almost 18 months. So you have entered 1.5 years of experience. You need to enter more experience. So it could be one project or multiple projects. So total 36 months you have to mention in your application. And in case you are a diploma holder, or in case you have 3 years bachelor degree, then you need 60 months of project management related experience. But remember, it is not mandatory that your title must be project manager. Your title could be quality engineer, could be planning engineer, could be document controller, anything. So I hope this experience requirement is clear to all of you. Anyone having any question?
Only one question I got, like I'm in a finance field, so all the experience I got is in related to finance, but we have dealt with so many projects such as data migration, the ERP project, some other,
Right,
you could say building projects. We have dealt with those kind of things, and
right.
we've been like kind of project manager for the financial things, all related to that. Will that be acceptable?
Yeah, that will be acceptable even if your title was finance manager. But remember, the experience you must mention only related to the projects. So if you are working as a finance manager, this is for everyone's interest also. If you are working as a finance manager, you are working only on two types of things. This is true or applicable for everyone, even for the doctors also, even for the teachers also, even for the engineers also. Either you are working on operations or you are working on projects. So if you say you are just entering your daily vouchers or you are just making the balance sheets only, you are working on operations. But as you mentioned, you worked on data migrations also, ERP implementations also. So in that case, it will come under projects category. So even if your title is finance manager, which looks like an operations related job, but during that, if you have managed to work on any projects, it is still acceptable for this application. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
that made a very clear, you can say, clarification for the data migration. But like I have worked also for many type of building projects, so I've been
Any
dealing with.
project, type doesn't matter.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
So whatever is your job, either you are working on operations or you are working on projects. There is no third thing in the world. Now, projects could be IT related, projects could be construction related, projects could be anything, right? So any projects you are allowed to enter in your application. Any other question from anyone, please? Second requirement is the training requirement. So inshallah, if you attend this training from me or from anyone else in this, anyone else, even online, offline, it is acceptable for this exam application. So generally you will notice or observe that the training duration is 35 hours. So this is the mandatory requirement by PMI that you must attend a training of minimum 35 contact hours. It is called as contact hours also, PDUs also. PDUs means Professional Development Unit. Any question or confusion from anyone?
That you will be issuing us.
Yeah,
Uh,
inshallah. In the last class, once you finish the last class, this is the schedule. So after 8th June, so you can expect inshallah 9th June daytime, you will receive soft copy of your certificates. That certificate is called as 35 contact hour certificate. And I'm not claiming that only I am authorized to do that. No, you can take it from anyone else. Right? So this certificate fulfills your second requirement. Any question or confusion from anyone, please? So if you have these two prerequisites fulfilled, number one, experience, number two, training. After that, assuming you have done enough practice, revision, self-study, you are ready to appear in the exam. You will fill your application on this website, www.pmi.org. Your application will be checked. If it is approved, you will be told to pay the exam fee. How much is the exam fee? I will explain it later on another slide. And after you pay your exam fee, then you are allowed to choose the dates of the exams. One exam only. So you are allowed to choose the dates of the exam, and every day, almost every business day, you will find the dates. It's just like airline booking. So exams are taken every business day. Multiple slots are available, morning, afternoon, evening, like that. So this is how you appear in the exam. And once you pass the exam, you are called as PMP certified professional. So understand this point. You will get two certificates. One certificate I will issue, which is called as training certificate, training attendance certificate, or 35 contact hours or 35 PDUs. After that, you apply for the exam, and once you pass that exam, then you get the certification. That certificate comes only from one body, which is PMI, based in USA. Any question or confusion from anyone, please?
Yeah, one question on this one.
Yeah.
Within how many days of endorsement, after endorsement, we can appear for the exam, or is it any fixed days?
See, if it depends upon your preparation. Sometimes people have done enough preparation or study before the training, and after 1 week of training, they just give the exam and they pass. But assuming that you have never studied before the training, which is a good thing, which is a recommended thing, you come fresh and then learn these points or these concepts. After that, you can expect it may take roughly between 2 to 3 months for you to be able to pass the exam. So keep this in mind. I do not claim that after attending my training, you will pass in 12 days, 15 days. No, keep in mind with your jobs, with the Eid holidays coming and this and that, keep in mind 2 to 3 months of journey. And after that, you will be able to pass the exam, inshallah, in first attempt. But there is no restriction that you have to wait for minimum 6 months after the training. No, if you are ready, you apply for the exam, immediately you book your exam, even after 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, and you can give the exam. Any question or confusion?
What's your recommendation? Should a person should have a bit of a study before and then attend the course, or should attend the course and then study further?
I personally suggest that do not study before the training, because definitely after the training you have to study for sure. So sometimes what happens, people try to read the book and they develop their own right or wrong concepts, and there is no way for them to be able to judge that if they have understood it correctly or not. So I suggest that first attend the training, understand the concepts rightly, and then read the book. This is what I suggest.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay. One more thing. Once we enroll in PMI and pay our fees, And is it necessary to book our slot immediately in the next available, or we
No.
have some time there?
No. After you
Mhm.
pay your fee, or in fact, not that like that, after your application is approved, right?
Okay.
Then you
Okay.
have 12 months. So let's say
Okay.
you applied in July 24 and your application was, they will take 5 days
Okay.
to review and approve or reject your application. So let's say within July 24, they approve your application and they tell you to pay the exam fee. And you do not pay the exam fee. You pay the exam fee in September 24.
Yeah.
So from the date of the application approval, you have 12 months. Regardless when you pay the exam fee. So after July 25, your application is gone,
Okay.
wasted.
Sorry,
Even
I
if you
joined
have
late.
paid the exam fee and you have not booked the exam and that 1 year has passed. Some people do this also. So their fees is wasted. Right. So you have 12 months to give first attempt. Inshallah, you shall pass in first attempt. In case you fail, you are allowed to take second attempt with additional fee within the same 12 months. If you fail in second attempt, you are allowed to take third attempt in the same 12 months, but with additional fee. So every attempt has fee again, but slightly reduced for the second and third attempts. But you have overall 12 months. Any question or confusion, please?
Okay. Noted.
What's the initial PMI fees and
Sorry, Mamoon, your voice is not clear. So please ask your question again.
what's the initial PMI fees?
Initial fee, exam fee, membership fee, I have slides for that. I'm coming to
Okay.
that,
Thank you.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So on this slide, if you have any question or confusion, please. So the exam is 230 minutes, almost 4 hours, 180 questions. All the questions are multiple choice questions. There is no subjective question. And immediately after the exam, your result is given. Sometimes in 1 day or sometimes immediately on the spot. So within 1 day maximum, you will get to know you passed or failed. Any question or confusion, please?
Usually, what is the timings for the exam? Daytime or night time, or it is flexible?
See, there are two options available. Either you can give the exam in the centers or you can give the exam from home. Both options are available, but don't be excited that maybe home is a wonderful option. No, that is a tougher option. If you choose to give the exam from home, then 247 the exams can be taken. You can take on weekends also. You can start your exam on Fajr time also, whenever you like. But if you choose the exam centers, then only the working days and only the working timings. Mostly it is morning and afternoons. Any question or confusion?
One quick question. The how do we prove the experience bit? Do we have to prove it for application?
For that, I'm coming to that. There is a slide. Just in few minutes, I will come to that point.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
Can you just let me know what are the disadvantages of taking home at exam?
Yeah. See, the centers are nicely equipped with the facilities, right? Everything is nice. You just have to go and give the exam. That's it. You have nothing to worry about the internet or network or anything. If you choose to give the exam from home, they will scan your laptop also. It must meet some requirements. They will appoint a person who will watch you all the time. And anytime he can talk to you also. So that is a tension or stress for nothing. Disturbance, you can say. Thirdly, they will check your surroundings also anytime. They can tell you to show your table. And sometimes it happens that the person who is watching you, he can become angry on small things and he can cancel your exam also. Just one bad incident happened. One of my student, he shared, although every time I suggest that do not book your exams from home, go to the centers. Every big city in the world has exam centers available. Every big city has centers available, nice facilities are available there. This option should be taken only if you are living in a very small, far away city where you do not have exam centers available. So just one bad incident happened with one student. He shared that I was giving my exam from home and everything was going fine. Just in last 15 minutes, my daughter, she knocked and she asked, Baba, when you will get free? And I said, just 15 minutes. Just on this small thing, my invigilator, he got angry and he cancelled my exam. So these are some things that are not having a nice impact. So that's why I suggest do not take any risk. You can just book your exam from the centers. Any other question, please?
Yeah, this work from home has given everyone to do everything from home.
Yeah, they actually started this during COVID. Okay, so any other question on this slide before I go to the next slide?
Obviously you're going to cover absolutely everything in the what is going to be in the exam, right? So theoretically, if we study a lot, we should be able to take exam straight after the course, right?
No, I did not say I will. See, you have done your graduation also, right?
Yeah.
Your teacher will teach you some concepts and then he expects you to read the book, do the practice, memorize that also, memorize or understand. If you understand that, then you do not need to memorize. If you understand half, the remaining half you have to memorize, right? So you do the exam, before the exam, you do a lot of self-study during the nights also. So this is the same concept. So I'm not claiming or do not expect that theoretically, if I teach you everything, you should be able to give the exam next day. No, it's not like that. I will only teach you the concept. I will just show you some sample questions that in the exam, this concept can be asked in this way also. But same concepts, they can ask in thousands of ways. It's not only about the concept. Of course, concept is extremely important. But after the concept, I will explain you the concept. You have to study it in detail with more examples and with 50 questions, for example, or dozens of questions on that topic. So those dozens of questions will have different punchlines just to test the same concept. So this is where it takes time. So exam is not going to ask you the definitions. Exam is going to test you in the situations that if this is the situation, what you will do. So for that, it's not enough only to understand the concept in one example I will give during the class. They may ask you the same concept and you may get confused that if you have not done enough study later on, you may get confused. Oh, Abu Bakr told this thing. If this is happening, then do this. But this question is asking this thing is happening. Now maybe I should do this. So this is where it takes time even after the training. I hope it clears your point. Any other question, please?
Yeah, one more thing. Will you be sharing us the or giving us the study material for this?
I will give you the slides. I will give you the reading book. I will give you like 1500 to 2000 practice questions in PDF format.
Okay.
Book wise, at least you will not have to buy anything. Exam practice questions, maybe you will have to coordinate with me or someone else to pool and buy some paid questions as simulation software, right? So that is one possible thing that you may have to buy after the course. But book wise, slides wise, I will give you in soft copy and even almost 2000 questions also.
Okay,
In
please.
case if we need that software simulation, how much it will cost us?
It's roughly like $150. So $150 are like this, that maybe 5 people can pool and combine, and they can buy a single license and they can share it. So it might become $30-40 per person. So that's why I said you can coordinate with me. That's just like you, if 3-4 other people are also interested, I can get you connected and you can buy together. So this is one thing that you can do the saving. Yes, please. Okay, now many of you were asking about how to prove your experience. So this is called as PMP application audit. So whoever submits the application, 10% of the applications are selected randomly for the audit. So if your application comes in the 10%, then you have to prove that whatever you have written is right. If your application comes in the 90%, then you do not need to give any proof. You have written right or wrong or whatever, it will be accepted as it is. But if your application comes in the 10%, then you may have to submit these 4 things: education certificates, degree or transcript, experience letters of those 3 years which you have entered in your application. If your experience is 20 years, you do not need to upload the certificates of all the 20 years. No. Only those selected 3 years which you have entered in your application. Email contact of your supervisors or colleagues you have mentioned in your application, they contact them online. They have to verify that yes, whatever you have written in your application, we agree with that, this is correct information. So this also happens, they may contact your colleagues, but of course they will not reach without your involvement. You will tell them that one colleague is Abu Bakr working in this company, this is his email address, and one person is this. So they will contact only those persons which you have mentioned and given that contact information yourself. So give your information of those people you have good relationships with. Training certificate, this is whatever we will issue to you, you will upload this also. So these are the 4 things if your application comes in the audit process. Any question or confusion? Clear for everyone? No confusion?
It's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So exam can be given from home also, from center also. It is computer-based exam, 180 questions. Total time is 230 minutes. So you, on average, you have 76 seconds to answer each question. But it is not fixed that after 76 questions, it will go 76 seconds, it will go to automatically to the next question. No, it's your choice. It's your control. One question will come in front of you. Whenever you choose to go to next question, only then you will click that button, only then it will show you the second question, third question, fourth question. It will not automatically go to the next question. So it's up to you. You can spend 10 seconds on a question. You can spend 10 minutes on a question. On average, you have 76 seconds. There is no negative marking. Out of 180 questions, 5 questions are considered as pre-test questions. Pre-test questions means they have 0 weightage. 0 weightage means you answered them right or wrong or leave them blank. There is no impact on your score. But there is no indication that which 5 questions. So as there is no indication, so you will respect all the questions equally. You will try to give the best answers to of every question. So there is no indication which questions have 0 weightage. But out of 180 questions, only 5 questions will have 0 weightage. Roughly 60 to 75% passing marks are for this exam, but it cannot be verified, this information. This is just an understanding developed about this exam, because PMI has no not given any passing criteria. Even after you pass the exam, after you complete the exam, even if you fail in the exam, they will not tell you your result in numbers. The result of this exam is in qualitative form. They do not share the result in quantitative form. Qualitative form means only pass or fail. And let me explain little more. Once you finish the exam, as I told you, sometimes immediately, sometimes after one day, you will receive on your screen within few seconds pass or fail information. Within few seconds. After that, when you come outside and you tell your lab attendant that I have finished my exam, he will give you a printout. That printout will have overall score, pass or fail, and then little more detailed score. PMP exam is in 3 domains, which are called as people, process, and business. And PMI has officially given this statement that we will ask 42% of the questions related to people. People means team and team. Team is also coming under people. Suppliers, vendors also come under people. Stakeholders also come under people. Process. 50% of the questions will be from the processes. And 8% of the questions will be from the business. In these 3 domains, in the result, you will get your assessment, 3 assessments possible: above target, or on target, or below target, for all the 3 domains. This is your complete score, exam result, which is given to you. And people who pass in the exam, additionally, they receive PMP certificate. Soft copy may be in 1 to 2 weeks, and hard copy in maybe 3 to 4 months sometimes. Any question or confusion, please?
Can you please elaborate on process, what actually it is?
Process means, for example, risk identification has a process. How to identify those risks? It is coming under tools and techniques. Similarly, collect requirements is a process, right? Conduct procurement is a process. Develop schedule is a process. So there are total 49 processes in project management. I have some more detail in today's lecture. I will come to that. Any other question, please?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
This is Walid. You just told that we can go forward. Can we go backward to the question? We
Yeah.
can leave some questions at the
Yeah.
moment and can go backward.
Right. Just give me a few minutes. I will go to next slide and I will explain you this interface of the exam software. Yes, you can go to back also, forward also. Any other question?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Welcome.
barakatuh.
Salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This is Samihan from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Welcome.
Could you please just explain about the business?
Business is like the return on the project, or business involves some financial numbers also, which we call as earned values also. So that is also a business, right? Or rate of return, ROI, payback period. So why we are doing this project? Why we do any project? For the business. Who sponsors? Business. So there is always an interest, mostly in the financial terms, but sometimes we are doing projects for social welfare also. where we do the projects from in loss also, right? So why we are doing the commercial projects and what is the benefit we are going to make? Maybe it will increase the revenue of the company. Maybe it will increase the production of the company. Maybe it will reduce the defects in the company. So this is called as business value or business domain, right? Any other question, please? Okay, this is how the exam software looks like. There will be two screens. If I call it as screen number 1 and this as screen number 2. So let's focus first on screen number 1. In screen number 1, one question will come at a time. So all the 180 questions will come one by one, and you can see here there is a button for next, there is a button for previous. So you can go to next also, you can go to previous question also, or you can go to 5 questions back also, previous like this also, and you can modify the answers also. And you can skip the question also, like let's say question number 7. Question number 7 came in front of you and you thought that this is a tough topic and I cannot understand it right now. Maybe I will come back to this question later on if I have enough time at the end. So question number 7, without answering, you skipped, right? So you can even skip the questions without answering, but this question will not be replaced from the total 180 questions. 180 questions will remain same. Sooner or later, you have to answer question number 7. Then you have remaining time available. This is coming in front of you all the time. Then you have calculator button available if you feel that there is a question which needs some calculations. It has some numbers. So you can start the calculator, use it also. You can even flag for review also. For example, question number 14 here. So let's say question number 14 came in front of you. You read the question and you thought that question number 14 answer is C. But you are doubtful, maybe C, maybe not. But at least I have selected C and I have flagged this question also. Later on, at the end, I can go to only selected questions which have been flagged. So this is one feature available for you. So this is screen number 1. Any given time you want, you can click on review screen. The review screen will take you to screen number 2. This is exam review. So in the exam review, you can see all the questions numbers only. And if you have left any question as unanswered, it will come as incomplete. You can directly click to question number 7 and it will go and open this question number 7 on screen 1. Or you can see question number 14 has been flagged. You can click on that and it will directly open question number 14. After that, when you feel you are done with the exam, you can click on end review. So when you click on the end review, your exam will finish. So sometimes some people finish the exam before time. This is end review. Or maybe they are unable to complete all the 180 questions. They were, let's say, on question number 161 and the total time finished. So without clicking on end review, automatically your exam will be closed. Any question or confusion from anyone?
This is just multiple choice questions, right? This
Multiple choice questions, or you can say objective questions only. There is no
Objective
subjective
question.
question. No subjective
Objective.
question. You do not have to type any lines. No.
Okay. Just clicking A, B, C there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question?
What will happen in case if we have not completed all the questions?
Okay. See, let's say the total questions are 180 and you need to answer, for example, 140 questions right. So you have attempted only 161. So within 161, if your 140 questions were right, you will still pass the exam. So sometimes people pass the exams even if they have not completed all the questions. So this is possible. Any other question, please? Clear for everyone? Okay, this is the exam fee. So exam fee is 405 US dollars for members. But if you are not a member, then the exam fee is 555 US dollars. And you can take the membership anytime you like by paying roughly $140. So you can understand if you just do basic mathematics that you pay the exam, the membership fee plus the exam fee, this also becomes same. So it is recommended that take the membership and then apply for the exam. In case you do not pass in the first attempt, second attempt, if you have taken the membership, second attempt will cost you $275. Third attempt will also cost you $275. In case you are not a member, the exam second and third attempt will cost you 375 US dollars. Any question on the exam fee, please?
To become a member, what to do, sir?
Nothing. There is no prerequisite for that. You just go to www.pmi.org, enter your basic information, pay $150, $40. You will become the member. But there is no benefit of taking the membership right now. You will be given this chance once you submit your application is approved. At that time, when you are paying for the exam, you can take the membership and pay for the exam fee together at that time. Right? But it's very easy. Membership wise, there is no restriction. Any other question, please?
Assalamualaikum Abu Bakar. Zuhair
Walaikum
here.
salam wa rahmatullah. Yes, please.
I hope you can hear me properly because I'm driving right now.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so can you please briefly let us know what are the main benefits of being a member? What do we lose by not being a member?
I
Other
have
than this fee discount and all.
next slide I have on this point. I will show
Okay,
you.
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. Any other question, please? So as I already told you that, yes, Musawwir, you want to ask something?
Okay, yes. Yes, sir. Actually, I was say sometimes is fees above and downside. No, same fix the fee.
Sometimes, yes, it is. Sometimes.
It is possible, huh?
Yeah. But these are exceptions only. For example, I'm not sure right now it is applicable or not, but I have seen for some countries only, the fee might be, including the membership, something like 400.
Okay.
And Pakistan was one of them. Lebanon is also there. Yemen, I think, is also there. So I'm not sure why it is like this. They have not announced it publicly anywhere. But I feel as there was a flood in 2021, so since then I have noticed that there was a good discount for Pakistan. These days, I'm not sure it's available or not. Recently, I have seen a student from Lebanon. He also got a good discount. Yemen also. I'm not sure for other countries. But this is the standard fee. Sometimes for some countries, they give some exceptions. Case to case, at the time of applying, you can go and check. Yes, please. Any other question? Okay, the membership benefits. Number one benefit, the exam fee will be reduced for first attempt also. So effectively, there is no saving, no overspending because of the membership. In case you have to apply second or third time, then there is $100 discount. Or there could be another positive scenario that after PMP, it's very common that people go for RMP or for some other certification within the same 12 months. They will get a good $100, $200 discount even on that also within the same membership fee. Because membership is for 12 months, but it is for optional only. It's not mandatory that you have to continue every month, every year. Another benefit is you get access to PMI library and you can download their standards of publications. You become part of a worldwide community. It's very good for networking. In your cities, wherever you are, there are good networking sessions. You get a chance to talk to others in the same industry. You make new friends. And of course, in professional life, these friendships, connections are very good in job hunting, especially. You can review PMI conducted salary surveys also, that how much benefit it is in financial terms if you are PMP certified. And these days I get so many inquiries of PMP that I am jobless, I'm applying everywhere, they're asking for PMP certification, so that's why I need it immediately. Right. So PMI conducted salary surveys are also very good quality data. That, for example, it's a very long document, every country by country. Let's say you can see in Europe, a planning engineer with greater than like around 10 years experience with PMP, how much he is earning per year, and without PMP, how much he is earning. So like in Europe, in Australia, in Canada, in Qatar, in Bahrain, in Dubai, it's a very good data, quality data that may give you an idea that where the benefit is maximum if you have PMP certification with you. So these are few benefits of membership. Any questions so far, please? Okay, next important point.
Sorry,
that-
yeah, sorry to stop you. So this data, is it only available by being a member of PMP, or is
yeah,
it
this is
also
for
available
only for members. Only for
So
members.
if I would like to have a reliable survey, a quick survey on the pay scale and potential earnings, is there any other source that this data is available at, like Glassdoor or somewhere else? Because I believe
I
in
don't
Western
know.
countries that
I
we have.
don't know. There must be dozens of these sources, right?
Okay.
But as I have no interest in that or no need of that, so that's why I never checked that. But PMI, as this is my area, I know that they do this survey, and of course the people who do these certifications, they are source of their information. So they maintain a very good quality data, which is very easily reliable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yes, please. Any other question before I continue? Okay, so after this PMP exam, PMP certification is not for life. PMP certification is for 3 years, but the good thing is it can be renewed for another 3 years, every time 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, without exam. It can be renewed after 3-year cycle without exam, but with the condition, which is a forced blessing on you. Some people think it's a forced problem for you. No, it's a forced blessing on you, that if you keep on getting more trainings, just like you attended a PMP training, you got 35 PDUs. After you are passed your PMP, then in next 3 years, if you collect 60 hours more trainings related to project management from anywhere, even if it is not related to PMI. If I say you get a training on RMP, it will give you 30 PDUs. It belongs to PMI. But if you get a training on Primavera P6, it will give you roughly 20 PDUs. It has nothing to do with PMI. Even if you do Microsoft project training, even if you do Six Sigma. So anything related to project management from me, from anyone else, you keep on doing. After 3 years, if you have 60 PDUs, your certification will be renewed for another 3 years without exam. But in case, and there's no restriction on the distribution, you can get all 60 PDUs in the first year or in the fourth year or in third year, whatever you like. After 3 years, let's say you do not have 60 PDUs. Your certification, you have 59 PDUs, you have 20 PDUs, you have 0 PDUs. Your certification will be suspended for the fourth year. This fourth year is like a grace period for you. If you collect the missing PDUs in the fourth year, your certification will be reverted back to the normal state. But if you do not complete your PDUs even in the fourth year, the fifth year starts, then they will cancel your certification, and now you can get it back only whenever in life you need it again. You have to appear in the exam again. Any question or confusion?
Those PDUs which we will be like earning somehow by attending some kind of development units, do we have to submit to PMI, or how will that they will know that we have?
Just like you entered some information at the time of applying for the exam, similarly, you will keep this account will remain with you forever. In the same login ID password, you will every time go to that login. You will enter this new information that I have attended this training from this date to this date, and this was the topic. I need to include it in my PDUs, and I claim 2 PDUs, 5 PDUs, 10 PDUs, 30 PDUs, 40 PDUs, whatever is that is mentioned on your certificate. Any other question from anyone? Even you can double count the PDUs in this way. For example, for PMP exam, you need 35 PDUs. For RMP risk management exam, you need 30 PDUs. So let's say some people do this, that let's say they pass their exam in September 2024. And in December 2024, let's say you attend my course of RMP. You will get 30 PDUs. These 30 PDUs you can use to apply for RMP exam also. And these same 30 PDUs you can use in the 60 PDUs continuity requirement of PMP also. So you can double count the PDUs also. Some sample PMP questions that in what way you can expect they can ask questions in the exams. So for example, sometimes they give you 4 options and they ask you that out of these 4 options, 3 options are true options, 1 option is a false option. Which one is false? So for example, if I ask you same question, which of the following is not true of obtaining project plan approval? So can you read these 4 options and can suggest that whatever you think is the right answer?
C. C.
Can anyone explain me what is the meaning of the first option? Until you obtain plan approval, you do not need to put changes to it through change control. Can anyone explain me the meaning of this option?
Because you don't have any approved plan. So that means it still hasn't been submitted for approval. So you can amend it, modify it before approval. If it is approved, then it has to go through the change control process.
Okay, right. Anyone else?
I believe it means that once your plan is approved, then you need to go through the change control once it's approved. But before that, you can make any changes in that without going to change control procedure.
Right. So when you are drafting your plan, During that state, you can make any change at the team level without raising a change request. But after the plan is approved, it is called as a baseline plan. After the plan is baselined, now if there is any major change, we need to raise a change request. So this statement is true. Question is asking not true. So that's why this cannot be an answer, because this is true. Second option, change control makes sure that only approved changes can make it into the approved plan. Yes, this is just like an extension of the same option A. This is also true. Cannot be an answer. Only one person needs to approve the project management plan, and that's the project manager. No, this is false. There are so many other stakeholders which need to agree on the plan. This is false. Candidate answer. It is important for the entire team to buy into. What is meant by buy into, anyone?
So
Agree.
involved into.
Involvement, participation, agreement, consensus. So if you have a plan which was developed by involving the team, it has higher chances to be successful versus if you impose a plan on the team. So this option is also true. Cannot be an answer. So C is the only false option, and that is the right answer. So sometimes in this way also they ask the questions. Another very important concept practically also, we have to construct a wall in 10 days. 1000 real is the budget. At the end of 4 days, we have completed 20% physically and we have spent 300 reals. Assuming linear planning means equally distributed. Assuming linear planning, what can we means daily 10% we will spend and 10% we will achieve. What can we report about the project status right now out of these 4?
Behind schedule and saving money.
Option D, behind the schedule and overspending.
Option B, behind schedule and saving money.
Total budget is 1000. After 4 days, so after 4 days means how much time has passed? 40% time has passed. In 40% time, we have completed 20% work. And we have spent how much percent of budget?
300. It's D, I think. It's D.
30%
Behind
budget
schedule,
has been
overspent.
spent. Now, there are multiple ways to look at it. If we say 20% work is completed in 40% time, for sure it shows a bad performance behind schedule. So we cannot be ahead of schedule. So A is out and C is out. We are behind schedule for sure. Now, 30% budget spent in 40% time. This is one comparison. It gives you an impression that it's a good situation. We are saving money. But at the same time, if we compare 30% budget spent on 20% work, it gives you a bad situation. We are overspending. So both comparisons exist, but what do you think? Which one is more logical comparison?
D, I think.
D.
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 D is the right answer. We should always compare or correlate spending against the performance, not against the time passed.
Yes.
So spending must always be compared against the accomplishment. So we are behind schedule, we are overspending. Another important concept, let's say you are a project manager. Now you can get an idea that this is how exam can frame questions. Of course, I have selected easier questions. Exam questions will not be that easy. You are a project manager for a railroad construction project. Your sponsor has asked you for a forecast. Now, can you tell me what is meant by a forecast?
Predicted.
Or let me make it more easy. I am asking about cost related forecast. And my question is, what is the difference between cost related plan and cost related forecast? Anyone, please.
Cost plan is it means the actual spending. I mean, how you have divided your spending, and cost forecast is the expected cost. Yeah, expected cost till you finish the project or something.
Anyone else?
Cost plan is the budget you are setting for this cost of the project, and forecast is how you are going to divide that one. Forecasting.
Can anyone tell me in this example how much is the cost related plan? Number, amount.
1,000 real.
1,000.
Okay. And how much is the cost related forecast?
300.
10% daily.
400. 4 days 400. Per day 100.
20%. 200 real per day.
100 real per day.
Or let me rephrase the question. If this situation is in front of you, what do you predict that this project will be done in how much
1,500.
amount? 1,500? All of you agree, or anyone having different answer?
That, yeah.
1,500 is the predicted
Yes.
number, and this is your cost forecast. That means plan is the approved budget, but once we start working, things sometimes or mostly do not go as per plan. You have surprises, you identify bad performances, you come across corruptions also, maybe bad planning also, bad execution also. So you start overspending. So if you predict that if we assume that we will continue spending in the same bad way, every 20% will cost us 300. So 100% of the project will cost us 1,500. This is the meaning of forecast. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes. Yes.
So your sponsor is asking for the forecast. And the project has a total budget of 80,000, and CPI, another interesting and useful term, CPI, Cost Performance Index. .95. 0.95 means 95%. This is your spending efficiency, maybe the most important KPI of the project. What is KPI?
Key performance indicator.
Key performance indicator. So maybe the most important KPI of the project or the project manager is CPI. 0.95. 0.95 means 95% efficiently. That means slightly bad. 100% means we are going as per plan. 95% means slightly overspending. So if we say 95% efficiency or spending efficiency means we planned in the, we kept in the budget 95 reals or dollars for some item in the plan. During execution, when we go to the market to purchase that item, we purchase that item in $100 instead of $95. This is an example just to explain you in which scenario our CPI will be 0.95. So here you learned two good points. One is forecast, second is CPI. Now the project has spent $25,000 so far. How much more money do you predict or plan to spend on the project? Can you guess?
$84,000.
59,200.
59,000. The reason is, although you can use formula also, but right now without selecting using the formula, we can still select the right answer. Total budget is 80,000. 25,000 we have already spent. Performance is not very bad. So these three numbers cannot be true. 59,000 is the only number which is less than 80,000 right now. So this is the right answer. Sometimes in the exams, even if you do not know the right answer directly, select or highlight three wrong answers. Whatever is remaining is automatically the right answer. Sometimes, although now just to tell you that in the recent 2-3 years, they are no more asking about numericals. Earlier, there were so many numericals before 2021, but now they have stopped asking numericals or calculations. But still, it's an important concept overall. Let's say we have a project with 9 activities, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. Their durations are given 5, 6, 4, 3, 1, 4, 14, 12, and 2. Their predecessors, prerequisites are given. A has no predecessor, B has no predecessor, C is dependent on A. When A will finish, then C will start. D will start when A is finished. E will start when A is finished. F will start when E is finished. G will start when D and F both are finished. H will start when B and C. I will start when G and H both are finished. Now, if this is the situation, can you guess? Take maybe 1 minute. Can you suggest what is the project duration for this project?
See, 51 days. 26 days.
26 days. A.
26 days is the right
26
answer.
days.
Yeah, 26 days is the right answer. 51 days is only if we add all this, it becomes 51. But that means we are doing all the activities one by one. There's no overlap, which is not true here. So although we will discuss that topic in detail, inshallah, but right now, what we do, we make a network diagram. From start till the end, we identify all the paths and then we add up the durations of each activity on each path. Then whatever is the longest path, this is called as the project duration. So 26 days is the right answer. So here we can take maybe 10 minutes break, right? So up till here, what I have done, I have explained to you the exam, application process, prerequisites, everything. And now after the break, I will explain you what are the course contents and I will give you some introduction of all these. So there are good concepts inshallah after the break also. So see you after 10 minutes. You can remain connected and after 10 minutes inshallah we will resume.
ये शेड्यूल मैनेजमेंट क्या है?
Okay, let's resume now. Before I resume, is there any question from the topics I explained before the break?
In the question that you had, the network diagram, can you draw it on a piece of paper? Can you use paper in exam?
In the exam, they give you a drawing board on which you can do the calculations, make the diagrams if required from using the marker, and you have an eraser duster also. But as I told you now, recently they have stopped asking numerical questions in the exam. Right? So you will not need to do this calculation.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other question from anyone? Okay, in the exam,
Yes,
yeah, Walid, you want to ask something?
yes. Actually, it's not about what you have told regarding the lectures, but the generic question that you're recording this lecture, right? And
Yeah.
if I plan, because I believe that last days of these lectures will be, I might be traveling to home country Pakistan, and I'll not be able to attend. Is it possible to have the recordings and for all the lectures that I missed? And secondly, for someone who was going to miss the project, and secondly, if we're going to miss the the training lecture, what about the PDUs that we are supposed to get the certificate for?
See, for PDUs, I do not maintain any attendance, right? So I will still issue you the PDUs for everyone. And for the missed lectures, what I do after every lecture, I share the recording online without permission to download. So let's say you attend a lecture on Saturday, there was a lecture on Saturday, and you could not attend fully, partially you attended. So I will upload that next day on Sunday, and it will be deleted or removed next Sunday. So you have 1 week enough to cover the any missed part if you were unable to attend. So this is how I do.
Thank you. That's
Right.
great.
You're welcome. Okay. In PMP exam or in PMP training, the topics which are covered related to the project management are mainly these 11 topics. Or you can say these 11 chapters. These 10 chapters are called as knowledge areas. These are 10 total knowledge areas or 10 chapters. 11th topic is agile, which in most of the books is implicitly explained within these 10 chapters. So in the reference books, agile topic is not explained separately, but in my training, I will spend time separately on agile topic only just to make sure you understand everything about it. But in the books, it is included within the remaining 10 knowledge areas or 10 chapters. What are those 10 chapters or knowledge areas? These are scope management, project scope management, project schedule management, cost, quality, resource, communication, risk, procurement, stakeholder, and integration. These 10 knowledge areas or 10 chapters are included in the PMP. Now, in recent years, they have changed their exams multiple times, but the main skeleton of the PMP exam or PMP training still revolves around these 10 chapters. I will explain you in few minutes each that what is scope, what is schedule. Later on in the full course, we will spend maybe many hours on each chapter. So these are 11 topics, 11 chapters that we are going to cover. Some chapter may take 4 hours, some chapter may take 1 hour. So depending upon the size of the chapter, we will spend time on that. So when we say scope management, project scope management. So sometimes people use a term scope, sometimes people use a term requirement. As all of you are experienced enough, can you tell me what is the difference between these two, or are they same or different? And if they are different, what is the difference? Anyone, please?
Scope is the project activities which are covered within your defined project, and the requirement are the things which are required to cover up that scope or activities.
Anyone else? Just to tell you, we will not consume full 3 hours. Maybe another maximum 50-60 minutes I will need to finish my topics. So maybe we will finish today's lecture maybe 30-40 minutes before time. Yes, please. Anyone?
Scope is something.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Overall work to be done to achieve the project. As far as I understand, there is actually a requirements manager in on our project, and what they do, what I've seen is they have certain requirements to fulfill that scope. For example, we have to achieve X, Y, Z, and there are certain requirements linked to those section of scope. So we justify and verify how we have achieved those requirements to the client.
Anyone else? Or let me ask a question in this way. What do you think? Requirements come first or scope comes first?
Scope, I think. Scope comes first. Based on that scope, then the requirements comes out.
First, we see the scope, which is the scope where we are working, and like this. And then requirement, what we need to requirement for this scope, like this.
Remember, when we say requirements, I am not referring to resource requirements. Think some of you are thinking resource requirements. This is not what I'm referring to. Just to clarify.
I think requirement comes first, because once what is required, then according to the requirement, scope is defined.
Right. So when we say scope or requirements, we can easily map it on 2 words: problem and solution. Word requirement refers to problem, and word scope refers to solution. So when we say requirements, that means what are the problems we are facing, why we are doing this project, what are our expectations, what are our needs, what are our challenges that we need to address. So requirements means problems, and scope means the deliverables that we will build in order to address those problems. Up till here, is it clear, or any question, confusion? So, for example, very easy example, or let me ask you a question first. The customer to the contractor, do they explain scope to the contractor or requirements to the contractor? What comes from the customer?
Requirements.
Always?
Scope, sir.
Sometimes requirements and sometimes scope. Very easy example. Let's say you go to pharmacy and you go to that salesperson and you tell him that I am having a headache and fever. Please give me something. So what you are explaining to him? Requirements or scope?
Yeah, we are defining our problems to them. which is
We are explaining our problems to them, so which are requirements. And he says,
The solution.
take Panadol and sleep for some time. Inshallah, you will be fine. And you say, okay, give me. So in this example, the customer explained the requirements to the contractor, and the contractor proposed a solution, and customer accepted it, and they agreed, and they paid, and they delivered. In another example, the customer comes to that person, a pharmacy guy, and he says, give me Panadol. Is it possible or not?
Yes,
Possible.
possible.
Yeah, possible.
So we can easily understand in this particular case, this customer knows the problems he is facing, and maybe he is experienced enough that what is the solution of his problems. So sometimes the customers explain the requirements to the contractor and they invite the contractor to propose the solution. Sometimes the customer, they have already faced these problems number of times. They know the scope, they know the deliverables, and they only explain the deliverables to the contractor. So both scenarios are possible. So first, requirements are collected. Now someone asked what is the process. So these are the processes. Scope is a knowledge area. And this scope management has 6 processes. What are those 6 processes? Plan scope management, collect requirements, define scope, create WBS, validate scope, control scope. Total, if you remember, how many total processes are there in project management?
49.
49. So we have total 49 processes. 6 processes belong to scope management. So I'm just going to explain right now selected terms only. So requirements and scope difference I already explained. Create WBS. What is full form of WBS?
work breakdown schedule.
Work breakdown structure. Any idea what is that?
That is breakdown of activities.
Activities, we have to segregate the activities.
Remember, when we are using terms, we have to be crystal clear what exactly is meant by this term. So right now we are referring to scope. Scope refers to deliverables. Scope refers to work
Then
packages.
milestone, sir? Milestone.
No, it's not milestones also, right? Scope refers to what is the outcome of this project. So the key word here is what. So word activity does not fit in this context. Word activity refers to how we are going to produce this, right? So word activity comes under schedule management. It's a time concept. So under scope management, we are referring to deliverables only. So activities is not a right term, right? So we can say it's a decomposition of the scope in smaller manageable pieces, which are also called as work packages. Very easy example. Project management is a big subject, but we have simplified it by making or by decomposing it in 10 chapters. When we say project management, okay, do not think about or worry about whole project management. Focus only on scope. Focus only at a time on schedule or cost or quality. So we have decomposed this total project management subject into 10 parts. And within scope management itself, we say scope management itself is a big subject. So let's distribute it in 6 parts. So first level decomposition, second level decomposition, third level decomposition. On mega projects, there could be 5, 7, 10 levels of decompositions. So this is called as WBS, but it does not include activities. When we go to details of the course, inshallah, I will explain to you, inshallah, because some people, if you have made a plan in Primavera or Microsoft project, yes, activities are displayed under the WBS, but it is not part of WBS. So WBS purpose is to simplify the project. Project could be multi-billion dollars also. For example, Riyadh Metro project. It's like $22 billion. Huge project, giga project. So this is the purpose of WBS. Remember, scope management focuses on what is the outcome. Schedule management focuses on how it will be produced. When we say how it will be produced, so what is it? It is already explained in scope, WBS. How this scope will be produced. So when we say how this scope will be produced, we define activities. Now one more question here. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between activities and tasks? Anyone, please?
Activity is a number of tasks will be the activity, sir. N number of.
It's the other way around, I guess. Number of activities in one task.
Both are same.
Has anyone used Primavera P6 in this session?
Yes.
Who, Azam? You said yes? Who was
Yes,
it?
Yes, sir.
Azam, okay. Azam, can you tell me in Primavera P6, do you see activities or tasks or both?
Sir, activity generally used in the Primavera and the task generally is the same term, but we use in the MS this software, another software for the planning.
Right. Yes, you are right. This is right understanding. Both are same. There is no difference. Microsoft project, they use term tasks. Primavera P6, they use term activities. Both are same. So in PMP, we generally use term activities, but in the exam, activities or tasks, both can be used. So we define activities, we sequence activities. When we say sequence activities, means relationships, finish to start, start to start, start to finish, finish to finish. When we estimate activity duration, then we develop schedule. Like I showed you a question that we make a network diagram. This is called as critical path method. So we will discuss in detail, inshallah, in full course. So this is how we make the schedule of a project. Then cost management. We already know what are the deliverables under chapter scope management. We already know what are the activities under chapter schedule management. We will know what are the resources required against each activity. So we have n number of activities in a project. Against each activity, we have already done the resource estimation under another chapter, which is called as resource management. Can you tell me how many types of resources are there?
It is.
LMP, sir, LMP.
LMP, what is LMP?
Labor, material, and plant and machinery.
Labor means manpower.
Material.
Materials means consumables.
Then
and
the plants.
plant or machines or tools, they come under
Tools and
same,
tackles.
right? So we also use term 3 M's: manpower, machine, and materials. In Primavera, you use term labor, non-labor, and material. Labor means manpower, non-labor means machines, tools, equipment, material means consumables. So we already know how many resources are required, and each resource has a per unit rate. crane with operator, without operator, 500 riyals per hour. Cement, 20 riyals per bag. Paint, this much per gallon. Concrete, this much per cubic meter. So we already know the resource unit rates. In easy example, let's say A1, activity 1 is of 10 days. It needs a planning engineer, and the rate of the planning engineer is, let's say, 40 riyals per hour. So 10 days into 8 hours every day, 80 into 40, so 3,200 is the cost of this activity 1. So this is how we do the costing of an activity, but I'm not saying this is the only way. This is one of the common way. Then we do the budgeting. We do the costing of each activity, and let's say the total becomes 10 million. The total duration is 12 months. So how this 10 million will be split? How much we need in first week, second week, third week, last week. So this is called as cash flow. So this cash flow also comes under budgeting. So this is mainly what we do under costing. Then we have quality management. Quality means if you meet or exceed the expectations of the customer, that means it's quality, right? So I assume that all of you know what is quality, although we will have discussion later on in the full course, inshallah. Right now, I will just focus on two terms, QA and QC. Quality assurance and quality control. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between these two?
Assurance probably refers to the procedures in place to manage the quality, and quality control means how do you actually implement those on site.
Anyone else?
Quality control is what has happened. You check what has happened, and assurance is you predict what's going to happen and you take necessary actions before that.
Right. Very easy example. Let's say you go to any electronics shop, anything you want to buy, a mouse, keyboard, headphone, camera, mobile phone, anything. You must have noticed that on every box there is a sticker or a label which says QC passed, QC stamped, QC checked. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So it's a common observation. Have you ever seen any box where you see it's written as QC failed? Ever? No. Does that mean that manufacturing company, whatever they are producing, it always passes QC? This is also not true. Some few items out of every 10,000 items must be defected also. So where are those QC failed items? They are not shipped to the market. They are not delivered to the market. They are kept inside the manufacturing facility. Either they are wasted, discarded, or reworked to fix that. So this is the concept of QC. So QC or quality control, it's a layer between customer and producer or manufacturer. That whatever is produced by the company, it is checked by the QC team or department or company. If they are satisfied, then they will allow it to be delivered to the customer or delivered to the market to be sold to the customer. If they say no, QC failed, means it's rejected. Work again on it. So QC is to find defects in the production. And when you can find the defects in the production? Before completing it or after completing it?
After completing.
After completing it. So QC is to find the defects in the product or production or deliverables. Now, in the same way, what can we write about QA? QA is to if I leave a blank here, QA is to dash
avoid the
defects in the product or production. Yes, avoid is the right answer. QA is to avoid the defects in the production.
Minimize.
Minimize or avoid, you can say it's same thing. So QA is to avoid or eliminate or minimize the defects in the production. So when can we eliminate or avoid or minimize the defects in the production? Before making it or after making it or during making it?
during making it.
Before.
Before.
During the process.
So if I say before, during, and after, this is product. So before making the product, can we have QC?
No.
No, we can have QA. During making the product, can we have QC?
Yes.
Yes.
No, this is not completed deliverable.
No.
No,
QA.
we cannot.
We can still have QA. After making, we can have QC.
QC.
But here I do not mean that you cannot even do planning about QC before that. No, maybe at this stage you can do planning about QC. Planning about QA is also required. So QA is before making something or during making something. After making something, you can perform QC. So this is how it goes. So that's why we generally, many people, they say, when I ask what is QA, they say QA is process, QC is product. No, maybe concept is right. QA is focused on the processes that will ultimately produce the product. So if you enhance the processes, likelihood is that it will produce a wonderful product or with less defects.
Hello.
QC is about
Alaikum
product
assalam. Yeah,
itself.
you are calling me on other cell.
Samir, you can mute yourself and then you can call your girlfriend or whoever you like. Just joking. Okay. Project resource management, right? Resources are of three types: manpower, machine, and material. So plan resource management, estimate resources, we have acquire resources, we have developed team. So remember, sometimes we use term resource, sometimes we use term team, right? So when we say word team means manpower. When we say word resource means all the three types of resources. Right? All the three types of resources: manpower, machine, and material. So there are some certain processes which are performed for all the three types of resources. For example, estimate resources, acquire resources, right? But there are some certain processes which are performed only for the manpower. For example, develop team, manage team. So develop team and manage team, this is mainly about, let's say, motivation, demotivation. So you can understand that team, manpower can be motivated or demotivated. Manpower may need trainings also. There will be conflicts also. There will be appraisals also. Appraisal means, what is appraisals, anyone? What are appraisals?
Recognizing the good things.
Identifying or assessing the strengths or weaknesses in an individual so that we can work on that, and accordingly it comes with the promotions or increments or decrements also. So this is the concept of appraisals. So some certain processes are only related to team, or some processes are for all types of resources. So this is resource management. Then communication management. Communication management means information sharing or knowledge sharing, right? So knowledge sharing or information sharing will be done among the stakeholders only. So when we say stakeholders, so stakeholders, who is a stakeholder? Anyone who can positively or negatively impact a project or get impacted by the project. So there are some stakeholders who are interested in some information, some stakeholders are interested in other information. For example, a team member needs to know what I need to do today, the prerequisite is done or not, the resources are available or not. The team leader needs to know how many people are late or absent today. A finance guy needs to know how much was spent last month and how much money is required in this month on this project. Customer needs to know that my project is on track or not, and if not, what you are doing to recover that delay. So different stakeholders need different information in different frequency. When we say frequency, that means daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. This is called as frequency. In different formats. Some people, they say, just send me a WhatsApp message. Some people say, just send me an email. Some people say, give me a written report, hard copy. So different stakeholders need different information in different frequency, in different format. That comes under communication management. Then we have risk management. Risk management. Now, what is a risk? Risk is anything that may or may not happen. If we say it's raining heavy right now, it's an issue. If we say tomorrow it may rain, or just to remind you, we have first class on Friday, inshallah, 17th of May. So is it possible, as an example only, is it possible that on 17th of May there is a very heavy rain? Because of that, there is power failure and internet failure. Is it possible, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Possible. Possible. So if it is possible, it is a risk. If we consider our training as a project, this is a risk that due to internet or due to heavy rain, internet failure could result, and maybe we will have to cancel the class. This is a risk. Now, if I ask you, what are the chances it can happen? Now, needless to say, in which country, because Dubai also, Saudi also, Pakistan also, India also, everywhere there are surprisingly out of expectations heavy rains. So what do you think? On Friday, 17th of May, what are the chances that in Riyadh there will be heavy rain? I give you 5 options. Very high chances, medium chances, low chances, very low chances. What you will choose?
Very low.
Very low.
Very low chance. Okay. But we cannot say it's impossible. Very low means maybe 5%, 3%, 10%. Okay. Assume it will 100% happen. How big will be the impact on our project that we will have to cancel 17th class and we will have to adjust it in future dates? Once again, very high, high, medium, low, very low. What do you think? Where you will classify this impact?
Very high.
Very high.
Very high impact. Maybe for some of you, you have to travel, you have other classes, other plans, other commitments, right? Maybe for others, it has no impact. So what we have done, as an example, we have done qualitative risk analysis. Very easy example I gave you to explain or teach you a very heavyweight topic in risk management. This is an easiest example of qualitative risk analysis. Now, quantitative, I intentionally use these terms even while explaining the result of PMP. I said the result is given in qualitative form, not in quantitative form. Above target, below target, or on target. So this is ranking or classification is called as qualitative assessment. When we say quantitative assessment example will be like this. Let's say we are working on a 12 months long construction project, and we say 30% chances are we will lose 10 days during this 1 year because of heavy rains. And Because of this wastage, there will be a wastage of material also, there will be a wastage of idle labor also. The total impact will be 50,000 riyals. So 30% chances it may happen, and if it happens, 10 days time will be lost and 50,000 riyals will be lost. This is very easily you can guess, this is quantitative risk analysis. So we identify the risk, we perform qualitative analysis, we perform quantitative analysis, then we plan the risk responses. What are the examples of risk responses? For internet disconnectivity, maybe I can have 2 internet connections, 3 internet connections. For in your offices, you see fire risk. Do you see any responses? Can you give me any responses for fire risk? Very easy example.
Yeah, fire suppression system and
Right.
And also hybrid
You have
extinction.
emergency exit plans, you have extinguishers, you have alarms, you have smoke detectors, you have sprinklers, you have fire insurance. All these are examples of risk responses. So you identify the risk, you perform qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, you plan risk responses. So this is mainly what is done under risk management. Then procurement management. Procurement management means when a customer, he is working or he is doing a project, and while doing his project, he identifies, I need another company. So what are the possible needs? First of all, for the resources. Resources are of 3 types: manpower, machine, material. Let's start with material. Can we purchase material from other company? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Can we rent material from other companies? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
No. Reason, materials are consumables. Anything that is consumable, you cannot rent it.
Sorry.
Right? Can we purchase machines?
yes.
Yes. Can we rent machines?
Yes.
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 When a customer will prefer to purchase a machine and when a customer will prefer to rent a machine? Very easy question.
If the usage is more than 1 month means
Yeah.
more
If
more
you
than
have short-term usage, you will
The
prefer to
cost
rent
impact.
it. If
Prolonged
you have long-term usage, you will purchase it.
Yes.
What about manpower? Can we rent manpower?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Can we purchase manpower?
No.
No.
No. Even if you hire someone directly on permanent position, this is a rental contract. This is not a purchasing. Purchasing means slavery system. So slavery, of course, is no more existing. So these are 4 scenarios of procurement for the resources. Now, why we need resources? After getting the resources, what we will do?
execution.
We will perform activities or tasks. What will happen when we perform activities or tasks?
Work completion.
Work packages or deliverables will be completed. That is your scope. So one option is that customer will arrange the resources to perform activities to complete the work packages. Second easy option is that the customer will outsource the scope or the work packages to other companies. Why they outsource? There are different reasons. What are the different reasons? One reason is lack of expertise. Customer does not have expertise to complete that scope. Second, lack of time. Customer knows how to make it, but they do not have time to make it. Third, it will be cheaper if we outsource. Very easy example. If you have to print a book, let's say this PMP book, you have to print, it has 500 pages as an example. It has more than that. 500 pages. If you have to print, what will be more cheaper? If you print from personal printer, or if you go to a bookshop and give it on USB to him and request him to print those 500 pages. What will be more expensive or cheaper?
Our own printer.
Personal printer will be expensive or cheaper?
Cheaper.
Expensive.
Yes.
No. There's capital cost is high, sir, but running cost is less.
Even running cost is high. The reason behind that is that the bookshop printer is heavy duty printer. Its speed is higher. Its cost of unit production or per page printing is very less. If you print from your personal printer, it will take you maybe 3 hours to print 500 pages and maybe 300 reals to arrange that ink to print 500 pages. But if you go to a bookshop, he will print you 500 pages maybe in 20 minutes. And maybe he will charge you 100 reals, including the ring binding also. So sometimes outsourcing is cost effective. So that is why many customers, they prefer to outsource so that they can only focus on the monitoring part. So this is the concept of procurement management. Stakeholder management, anyone who can positively or negatively impact a project or get impacted by the project is a stakeholder. We have to identify, we have to classify, and then according to their powers and interests, we have to treat them. Integration management, that all these knowledge areas that we have discussed so far, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource, communication, risk, procurement, stakeholder, all these are integrated. If you increase or decrease the scope, it will have a strong impact on time and cost. Right? So this is the concept of integration. When one thing is changing, you have to adjust the others also. These 10 knowledge areas or the 49 processes, they have an other distribution which is called as process groups. Any project we start, it starts with initiating. After it is initiated, we will go to planning processes. This is the most important area. If your plan is strong, execution becomes easy, control becomes easy. So first you draft the plan, then you present to the stakeholders, you get feedback, you get observations, you get corrections, changes, and after so many revisions, discussions, meetings, finally, happily or unhappily, you agree on a plan, and that plan is called as baseline 1. There can be a re-agreement also. So baseline 1 is the benchmark for the performance assessment. So once we complete the plan, we start execution, and as soon as we start execution, we start monitoring and controlling. So the purpose of monitoring and controlling is to keep an eye that whatever is happening, is it going as per plan or not? If it is going as per plan, wonderful. If it is not going as per plan, that means there is a difference between plan and actuals. That difference is called as variance. If that variance is small, we can ignore. We can say, Maafi mushkil, inshallah, Allah Kareem. If that variance is big, big means greater than a certain limit, and that limits are called as thresholds, tolerance limits. If you start heating water, 100 degree is the threshold value. After 100 degree, it will start boiling. Below 0 degree, it will become ice. So 0 degree, 100 degrees are threshold values. So here threshold values are for the top management. They say, Mr. Abu Bakr or Mr. Project Manager, We have given you a budget of 1 million. 5% is the threshold value. If you overspend by more than 5%, we will investigate, we will go into the details, we will not be happy on that. So if my variance is more than the threshold value, maybe I need to recover the plan or replan. So the replanning can be done for two reasons. One reason, bad performance. Second reason, scope change. So this cycle continues, and when we complete the deliverables, we go to the closing processes. Any question on this slide? One thing that I did not mention so far, this is 11th topic or chapter, which is agile management. And remember in the exam, very important point, in the PMP exam, more than 50% of the questions are coming on agile. Although PMP claims 50% questions. So even 50% is a huge number. That means 90 questions. 90 questions will be on agile. And what is agile? Can anyone tell me what is agile? Yes, please. Anyone?
Agile is a workflow. Oh, a framework, sorry, framework.
And what is the benefit of that?
Benefit of that.
Okay, what is non-agile style of project management? What most of you are doing right now, which is called as waterfall method. Or it is also called as predictive method. Why it is called as predictive method? Because in the beginning of the project, you agree on scope. After you agree on scope, you agree on time and cost. So that's why it is called as predictive, because in the beginning we have enough planning, scope is clear, time and cost is clear, we start working. Yes, there can be some delays, there can be some overspending, but still we have a clear picture in front of us.
Sir, agile means well coordinated, Nana, sir.
Sorry, come again.
Agile means the project should be well coordinated with each other.
No. See, both have to be well coordinated. Agile also, non-agile also. The major difference is in agile, scope is clear. In predictive, agile is clear. My mistake. In predictive, scope is clear. In agile, scope is unclear. So when the scope is unclear, how you can determine the time and cost? So what we do, we keep on doing the project in mini iterations. So here, let's say this much is the scope. If we do it in the non-agile way, we will do it in one iteration, one shot. But in agile way, we will say, let's finalize this much scope. We do not know what we will be making next month. Then by the time we make this, we have enough clear idea now what we need to make. So we again make some more scope. Then again we make some more scope. So this is the concept of agile, or it is also called as adaptive methodology. Any question or confusion, please?
Can you explain once again, sir?
Okay, let's say you are making a building. So can you make a building in agile methodology? What do you think?
No.
No. So for the infrastructure projects, waterfall is used. Buildings, roads, bridges, predictive is used. Waterfall is used. But in IT industry, websites, mobile phones, let's say smartphone. Right? You make a basic version and you release it. Then next 6 months, you think what features to add here. You work on that, then again you release. So this is an incremental approach. So when you are making a website, for example, you do not know what we will make in this month and what we will make next month, what we will make next month. You may ask the customer or the stakeholders, what do you need basic version? They explain you the requirements, you make it, you launch it. Then you start getting the feedback. Then you decide what are the new features to be added and what is the new priorities. So the priorities will keep on changing, requirements will keep on changing. So this is the major difference between agile and non-agile methodology. Any other question, conclusion, please? This is going to be the schedule of the full course, inshallah. That's is done from my side. If you want recording of this or the presentation, soft copy of this recording or PDF of this presentation, tomorrow, please send me a WhatsApp message. I will share with you, inshallah. This is my personal WhatsApp number, and as you know, the course is starting from 17th, inshallah. So you can complete the registration if you like, inshallah. Otherwise, my next course, most likely, it will be in September, inshallah. Not before that. If you want to leave, no problem. Thanks a lot for attending. If you want to stay, you want to ask something, please go ahead.
How we will pay you and what is the procedure? WhatsApp number, your account number, you will send us for the payment and all registration.
See, the discounted fee is if you pay in Pakistani bank directly or through some friend, it will be 720 Riyal, because in Pakistan we do not have to pay VAT. But if you like to pay in Saudi Arabia, Saudi bank account, you will pay 900. It includes VAT also. And if you like, you can request us to share the VAT invoice also. You can submit to your company also. You can get it refunded also if you have this policy in your company. How to make the payment? Just send me a message on WhatsApp. I will share the bank account. Just mention you want to pay in Pakistani bank account or Saudi bank account. Accordingly, I will share the account with you.
Okay, this through one of our friends we can pay in Pakistani.
Yeah, sure.
Rupiah.
No issues.
Okay, that will be easy for us.
Yeah, sure. And especially if you are from India, do not pay directly to Pakistan.
Yeah. No, I will pay through one of my friends, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah.
By the way, day after tomorrow, I will be in Saudi Arabia also, Riyadh also. Right now, I'm in Lahore. Tomorrow, I will be in Dubai. Day after tomorrow, I will be in Riyadh, inshallah.
Okay.
The timing is same, right? 7 to 10 Riyadh time.
No, not 7 to 10. 5:30 to 10.
5:30 to 10, okay.
It will be Friday, Saturday, weekend classes.
What is the break time during the courses?
We will keep it according to the prayer breaks. So mostly Saudi-based prayer breaks we will follow, inshallah. So 15 minutes for Maghrib, 15 minutes for Isha, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah.
You're welcome.
Where do you stay in Saudi, like in Jubail or Jeddah side? Because the prayer times are very
No,
different in Jubail.
Riyadh.
Okay.
Yeah, prayer time in Jeddah is 6:50, around 7.
We adjust it in this way. Of course, we cannot match all the
Yes,
cities' prayer times, but Riyadh and Jeddah, we do it something like this: little late from Riyadh and little early for Jeddah. So it allows to offer both Riyadh and. But for Jubail, maybe what you can do, just go quietly for 5-10 minutes and offer the prayer and come back. You will not miss a lot. And if you miss, as I told you, I will share the recordings for 1 week, inshallah. You can cover from that. Of course, prayers are more important than the training. Or you can offer Maghrib and also together, Maghrib and Isha together also.
Sir, how many pages this PDF contains?
I think around 50 pages. This
50 pages.
today's
This one.
PDF. Yeah.
Today's PDF. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, do you provide also PMBOK to edition 7?
Yeah. But you do not need to read it. Although I will share.
Okay.
But you do not need to read it for the exam preparation. Voluntarily, if you like, go ahead. No issues. But it's not must for you to read for the exam preparation.
Right. Okay.
For exam preparation, Rita is best and enough. One book is enough.
Which one?
Rita 11.
Rita 11.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
Walaikum
wa
salam wa
barakatuh.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Abu Bakr Saab.
Yeah.
This today's session you will share on the WhatsApp group because I have missed at the
No.
at the start.
I just
the
mentioned if you want recording or PDF file, just send me a WhatsApp message. I will share with you tomorrow, inshallah, the recording and the PDF also.
Okay, noted. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Any other question? Yes, please.
I don't know about the Rita 11 actually. Is it a book available online or is it I can buy it from Amazon or something?
If you like, you can buy from Jareer. Otherwise, I will share a soft copy. You can get it printed also.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Is there any important topics like the topics which we need to focus on for the exam?
No.
Is there any highlighted material?
You shall cover all the topics. You should not skip any topic because, as I mentioned, it's all integrated. So the question can be presented in such a way that it touches multiple topics, multiple areas. So there is no such breakdown that, okay, I can skip this or I can. Everything is important, but yes, of course, not word by word, but at a certain level, you must understand everything. So concepts are more important, that how these are related with the other areas.
Like you have mentioned 11 topics, so that all the 11 topics we need to cover it.
Definitely, and when we go in the details under these 11 chapters, maybe you have 110 topics.
Yes, subtopics and details. Okay.
So this regarding payment, sir, what will be the due date? Whether it can be paid in part or we have to pay in full?
See, the general process is that you pay 100% in advance. But if you have some salary issue or something like that, maybe you can pay 30-40% on before day one, and then you have 3 weeks classes. Within that, before the last day, you
That
can
is why,
clear
sir,
the money.
almost all are exhausted. We are in the mid of the month. So after getting
then PMP is more important for you so that you do not get disturbed with these dates. You have enough salary package that you are same level in the beginning of the month or last of the month, inshallah. So just kidding. So yes, okay, no issue. I will cooperate on case to case basis. No issue. You can discuss
When is
with
the
me
last
personally.
day? When is the last day to confirm our admission to you? Is it
See,
in
only
couple of
two days remaining, right?
Yeah.
So even
So
if
one-
you make the payment on Friday, fine, no issues. Only 2 days are remaining.
Okay. As we said that we will be
But
paying
I tell you,
our-
people think that, okay, I will pay on Friday, then they start sending message today, this happened, that happened, please allow me to attend today's lecture. Tomorrow, inshallah, I will pay. So just to avoid these things, it's better to pay tomorrow, day after tomorrow at max. But I'm okay even if you pay just 5 minutes before the class also and request me to send the Zoom link.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, please share us your Pakistan bank details so that we can tell our friends to deposit this amount.
For that,
Actually,
send me a WhatsApp message. I will share, inshallah.
okay. So in
Sir, is the
case
exam
paying,
Yeah, one by one.
in case if
Samir,
you are
yes,
paying,
yeah,
in case if you are paying in Pakistan, it is 720 riyal,
yeah,
Saudi riyal, right?
yeah.
This do you have any VAT or something there? Nothing.
No, in Pakistan there's no VAT. But remember, if you have to get it refunded from your company, maybe in that your company will not accept an invoice of Pakistani bank account payment.
Yeah, that's true. That's
right.
Any-
So that if you are purely paying from your pocket without any expectation that you will get refunded, then it's fine. Otherwise, it's better you pay in Saudi bank account. It's a formal institute name. It will include VAT invoice also. You can get it refunded.
Okay.
Sir, for the exam point of view, this 2000 question which we give to us in the future, it will enough for the exam?
See, as I mentioned, yes, if you have good concepts, these questions are enough for the exam, but the softer style practice is also useful. So if you spend another $30-40 and make a group with 5 people and buy some good source, maybe the questions will be same that I have given you in PDF. But in the PDF, it will not be time bound. So it's better
okay.
if you do an exam simulations or more than one exam simulations, that will be helpful. Maybe the same questions I will give you in PDF also.
So this exam simulation which we purchase from through the PMI, it for the certain time
Not from PMI.
or
Not from PMI.
okay.
On PMI also available, but there are independent sources also available.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Any other question from anyone? If no question, can we close the session?
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot for your
Okay.
presentation.
My pleasure.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Inshallah, see you inshallah soon or
Yeah.
future. Inshallah.
Thank you,
Welcome.
sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Thank you.
My pleasure. Welcome.